Suddhananda divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadaihi Gayandiyam samagaha Yanavastitadadvyatena manasa Shyantiyam yogina Yasyantam navidussurasravana Devaya tasmai namaha. Verse number 4 onwards, please. Buddhir jnanamasammoha Kshama satyam damassamah Sukham dukkham bhavo bhavah Bhayam cha bhayameva cha Ahimsa samata tushtihi Tapodanam yasho yasah Bhavanti bhava bhutanam Mattaiva pruthagvidha Ahimsa samata tushtihi Tapodanam yasho yasah Bhavanti bhava bhutanam Mattaiva pruthagvidha. Story goes, once there was a young man who went in search of knowledge, the absolute knowledge, and somebody informed him that there was a master living in distant mountains, far away from civilization. So the person took the long, arduous journey, and after a long search and struggle, could meet the teacher. And after he met the teacher, duly approaching him, the teacher agreed to instruct him in this knowledge, and he told him only few things. You must be kind, like these values. You must be sensitive, ahimsa, must be non-violent, samatha, sees everything everywhere same, tushti, always be satisfied, contented with yourself. Like that, so many good, noble, becoming virtues the teacher preached. Then when the student asked him for more teaching, he said, this is all. There is nothing more to learn. The student was surprised because he had not taken such a long journey just to listen to certain platitudes, certain advices which you could get anywhere. And he confronted the teacher. He said, I did not come all the way to listen to something which every 5-year-old knows. And the story goes, the teacher says, yes, son, every 5-year-old knows this, but no 50-year-old ever practices it. In a sense, giving advice, what in Sanskrit they call it as the Paropadesha Panditya, dexterity in advising others, is plentifully available with every human being. The alcoholic shall give you 100 reasons why nobody must drink and he should not drink, yet he cannot stop. The smoker can give you wonderful advice about the harmful effects of the smoking, but he cannot stop. Everybody tells how to save a marriage, maintain a relationship, but themselves will be divorced, cannot live together with anybody. Every person knows this. There is not a single person who does not know what is right. Everybody knows that he need not be angry, upset, jealous. But then circumstances so prevail, the person explodes like a volcano. Jealousy burns his heart. As they say, green-eyed monster, the jealousy burns his mind. How is it? This is what we shall see. Because this Paropadesha, advising somebody, counseling somebody as to what all to do or what all not to do, so easily comes to every individual. And especially so, to advise somebody in other person's situation comes very easily. When it comes to one's own life, the person doesn't know what to do. It is because the person does not know what is the source of this nobility, what is the source of this emotion, this lifestyle. And that is what we have been seeing here morning. We saw it elaborately, so many of these first words. Now the second one, I shall see that, ahimsa. You must be very, very non-violent, kind. Like before we saw that, you should have supreme intelligence, knowledge, kshama, forgiving, speaking the truth, dhamma, all this stuff. Sukham, dukham, bhavo, bhava. I say ahimsa. Here Arjuna, ahimsa. Ahimsa means apida praninam. Praninam apida. Even in simple language, non-violence. Everybody talks about non-violence. That you should never harm others. Nobody must harm anybody. Listen carefully. Nobody harms anybody. This is almost becomes like a platitude, something like so like a cliche, which everybody repeats. Do not hurt somebody. You should not hurt anybody. Have you ever thought when you say you should never hurt anybody, that anybody includes you also, the somebody? Not only you should not hurt anybody, you should not hurt yourself also. Do you know why? Do you know the reason why? Because if you feel hurt, please see it inside, see it yourself. If you feel hurt, if somebody hurts you and you manage to feel hurt, you cannot stop hurting others. If nobody can hurt you, you shall not hurt anybody. Understand? The moment you feel punished, you shall punish everybody. If you feel humiliated, you shall humiliate everybody. Feel insulted, you shall insult everybody. You cannot take it. And how do I not feel humiliated? How do I not feel insulted? How do you not feel neglected? When I am absolutely happy, contented with myself. That is why the line, Matta eva pruthak vidha. Hey Arjuna, all these great becoming values comes from me, Matta eva. When I am, Matta means not from Krishna, from each one of us. When you go to the source of your being, you discover the happiness in yourself as to who you are. Nobody can touch you. That they can touch your body. The time shall touch it. Time shall snatch it. Somebody can destroy it. Somebody can inconvenience it. If you consider yourself as the body, you shall be afraid of time. You shall be afraid of people. Listen carefully. If you remain yourself untouched, immortality is Shivoham, Shivoham, not a statement to be repeated, but something to be seen within yourself as you are, then nothing touches you. Why? Nobody can reach you. Like space cannot be destroyed. Nainam, we saw that in the second chapter of Gita, talking about one's own self, Bhagavan says, Nainam chindanti shastrani, Nainam dahati pavaka, Nachainam sosayanti apaha, Nachainam kledayanti apaha, Nasosayati maruta, Achedyoyam, Adayoyam, Asosya akledyevacha, Nitya sarvagata stanuhu achaloyam sanatana. Is something, these are the mantras, is like you see it for yourself. As I told you, mantras are not to be repeated, but to be again and again contemplate over. Mananata trayate, by contemplating on which you are liberated. The self, the I, shastranina chindanti, the weapons cannot cleave it. Nainam dahati pavaga, the fire cannot burn it. Nachainam kledayanti apaha, the water cannot drown it. na shosayati marutah, the air cannot dry it up. Achedyoyam, uncuttable. Adayoyam, unburnable. Akledya, undrenchable. Use any word you like. Ashusha evacha, cannot be dried up. Then what it is? Nitya, eternal. Sarvagata, all-pervasive. Sthanuhu, absolutely steady. Achala, immobile. Sanatana, sadayava nutana, eternally fresh. That is why this tradition known as the Sanatanasya Ishwarasya Dharma. Sanatana Dharma, Hindu is not used anywhere in the tradition. Sanatana Dharma, based on the truth, the absolute, is not based on a person. If you remove the person, the religion collapses. Here you can remove Rama, Krishna, Hari, anybody you like. It makes no difference. It still shall survive because it is based on the truth itself. Each person shall know it, shall maintain it, continue it. Sanatana, yourself, the absolute. Since nothing can touch it, like the space. The space is the subtlest of the element. No sword can cut it. Water cannot drown it. Fire cannot burn it. Breeze cannot blow it away. Breeze blows within it. Fire burns within it. Water flows within it. Swords move in it. Nothing cuts up this space, this subtlest of the element. What to talk of suksmat, suksmataram nityam, that which is subtler than the subtlest, the truth of your being, nothing touches it. Since nothing touches it, you are so steady, contented with yourself. Non-violence comes naturally to you. Why? This is something, it is not something to be defended. It doesn't need to be defended. Truth doesn't need to be defended. The reality doesn't need to be defended. And once you are defensive, you shall be violent. How people become violent? What do you mean by being teased in life? Somebody calls you, hey, Shati, come here. Hey, Fatso, come here. You pumpkin, come here. And you feel very angry. Oh, I'm not a pumpkin. Simple example, I'm giving simple example. Somebody can call you by name and people get devastated by it. If suppose you are a person, you are like a postman. The postman carries hundreds of letters in the beginning of the day. Carries hundreds of letters in the beginning of the day. But by the time in the evening, everything has been distributed, the person comes out empty. Same thing throughout your life. Can you live like a postman? The moment you wake up until you go to sleep, live like a postman. Whenever somebody sends a letter to you, hey, you fatso, give it to your body. You are so intelligent, give it to your mind. You consider yourself rich, give it to your riches. You consider yourself powerful, give it to your position. Nothing touches you. But when you carry everything onto yourself, oh, somebody calls me fat, somebody calls me really small, somebody calls me big, somebody calls me this. So, give unto Caesar that belongs to Caesar. Pass on where it belongs. And nobody can touch you because you are something indescribable. Abhyaktoyam sanatana, indescribable, absolute. That is what you are. Each person sees the truth in himself. Therefore, no more you are defensive. You don't have to need to protect the truth. Truth protects you. If you have to protect the truth, what type of truth is that? If you have to protect a God, what type of God is that? If the God needs to be defended, some God it must be. If truth needs to be defended, what type of truth is this? See for yourself. Tasmat ahimsa. Absolute non-violence. Why? Because you don't torture yourself. Many times people will say, what is ahimsa? Even though, there's that silly attitude which goes in the name of ahimsa in the world is burn like a candle, but give light to others. You should feel, even if you are feeling miserable, give happiness to others. How? You are trying the impossible. You are literally testing out the patience of the individual. That is why people have guilt. How do you give light unto others? This silly thing that has been talked about in the name of selflessness. You must suffer and give light to others. Why? Why should I suffer? Imagine, friends, suppose I suffer and I help you. If you are sensitive, can you take it? Ask yourself the question. You are devastated by a flood. You come for some help. I am moved by your starvation state. So I deny myself food, I deny my children everything, I deny my wife, I deny my husband everything, sell few things, pick up little something and give it to you. If you come to know what I have gone through to give you that little meal, will you like to take it? It is better for you to die than to receive something from somebody by which the whole family will die. If you are sensitive, you shall not receive it. But suppose you discover, I have so much, I don't know where it comes from, where it goes. Receiving from me is so easy for anybody. Why? It will not give you a sense of giving. You don't give that idea of giving somebody. The person doesn't have that idea of receiving something from somebody. There is no unnecessary gratitude. That is how the nature gives plenty of everything. There is no sense of nature demanding gratitude from us. But the moment you suffer, how much you can give? In order to give something, you must have it. If you want to save somebody from the drowning in the sea, you better know swimming. If you don't know swimming and you jump into the sea, there shall be two people dead. The drowning fellow will be dead, the rescuer also will be dead. You want to save him? Go, learn swimming. You want to give people happiness? Be happy with yourself. An unhappy person shall never give happiness to somebody. And by chance an unhappy man provides a moment of sensation, some moment of security to somebody in the name of happiness, the person will demand his pound of flesh and receive it. Either similar should give me back in the same coin, give me back the sensation, give me back something, or give me back in the sense of your gratitude and all that stuff. So naturally, so much of disappointment comes in life. Because if you are unhappy, how are you going to give happiness to somebody? Born like a candle gives light to somebody. Why can't you be like a sun? You are yourself light and giving light to others. Be happy and give happiness to others. Why be unhappy and give happiness to others? That's it. You understand that attitude is the source of guilt. Because I am suffering, but I am giving happiness to others. So I can impose that guilt on everybody. How much I suffered to give you happiness. How can you not be grateful? For God's sake, don't give that and give guilt also along with it as the gift. I am happy, you are happiness itself. I am fulfilled, you are fulfilled itself. Fantastic. That is why neither the teacher gives nor the student receives. Each one discovers the truth for himself. Na gurur naiva sisya chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. Nobody gives it to you. Because if they give it to you, if you did not have it and you are receiving it, the chances are you shall lose it. Because you did not have it, you may not have it later on. But when this truth, the absolute, is revealed to you, and therefore something which nobody can touch, you don't need to defend this reality. Therefore, ahimsa. So confident with yourself. Absolute confidence. Therefore, nothing hurts you. If you feel a hurt, you cannot stop hurting people. Please work on it. For some time you may swallow, which many people do in the name of an idealism. For some time you shall swallow. Swallow once, swallow twice, swallow thrice, swallow 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. Then one day you shall explode. All your niceties, nobilities, goodness shall be literally destroyed, devastated. And that day you shall give them, I have done enough of it. I have tolerated enough. Why should I be tolerating and you go on imposing every nonsense on me? Yes, as that is the man shall say, last straw. Why? Because he can't take it. Infinity can take any amount. Please understand, the patience, if it can be lost, it is not patience. Patience means eternal. You take it. Choice is yours. Please think of it. Ahimsa. Ahimsa does not mean only, protecting other people, not hurting anybody. That also not hurting your own body. You cannot be violent against your body. Don't torture it. Your body is such a beautiful instrument. Don't torture your body. Don't torture your senses. Don't torture your thoughts. When you don't torture yourself, you shall not torture anybody. When you are happy with yourself, you shall be happy with everybody. When you are happy with yourself, you shall share the happiness with everybody. That is why here Arjuna, ahimsa, this pure, sheer, beautiful, this non-violence comes from me. You cannot preach non-violence. Understand? Everybody around the world you shall see huge lectures on non-violence. Don't hurt anybody. Don't hurt anybody is a beautiful statement. But do you hurt yourself? Do you feel hurt? Yes, don't worry. Unconsciously you shall hurt people. You are happy with yourself, you shall never hurt anybody. And if a happy person, if you are enlightened, awareness, awareful, you recognize yourself, by chance you choose to challenge somebody, it is not for your satisfaction, for the satisfaction of the person will change. For his sake you point out his mistake, not for you to prove you are a point or becoming superior to somebody. That is why teaching is so beautiful. Teacher is the only one who has the right to point out mistake, others should not. If others should point out a mistake, it is more to score a point and therefore being superior to somebody. When the teacher points out a mistake, it is because just to point out the mistake for its own sake, it doesn't score a point. Happy with himself, let the other person also change, discover himself, ahimsa. More, how much can I say? Please see it, for yours it comes within you. You don't hurt yourself. People will say, oh, childhood hurt I am carrying. This is another garbage given to you. Just like be a candle, burn and give light to others, carrying the childhood hurt. Even if somebody hurt you, so what? Can you resolve it in yourself? Of course memory shall be there. How many good things have happened? Why don't you take that? No, somebody hit me, somebody verbal abuse, somebody did this, physically did something to me. So what? If it is done, done. Please listen, it's a memory. What is more important to you? Yourself or a passing phase? Think. What is more important to you? Yourself or the thought that is a memory that has already passed? You do not depend on that memory for your satisfaction, for your contentment. Who you are much more precious than a passing thought, a passing experience. Yes, somebody might have given a statement to me, like, people say, oh, but you told me I'm an idiot. He insulted me. You see? So it is so precious that you hold on to that insulting statement, I'm an idiot. Okay, I have been telling you day in and day out, you are Brahman, you are absolute, you are eternal. How come you never remember that? Ask yourself that question. How come you don't remember that? But somebody on the road, on the passing remark, an insane, mindless individual throwing a mindless statement and going away. Hey, you idiot! And you embrace it, nourish it, keep it going for yourself. And somebody says you are infinity, absolute, eternal, happiness itself. Must be. How come? You have a tendency to drag nonsense towards yourself. Therefore, please appreciate. Be the truth. Ahimsa, no violence against yourself. It's just a memory, a thought, an idea. Who I am, untouchable. Nobody can touch it. See that for yourself and see with whom are you angry. And then people will advise, forgive somebody who has, forgive somebody who has hurt you. What is this, forgiving somebody? Why do you want to steal that sense of superiority? So forgive somebody. That means if you can forgive somebody, you are superior and that fellow is condemned. He is a sinner, he is a stupid, he is a criminal, and you are forgiving everybody. You are so great. It is just like, there should be poverty so that I can be a great saint. Somebody must commit a mistake so I can be forgiving everybody. What is this silly superior attitude? Understand? Forgiving is natural. Acceptance is natural. Why? I'm so happy. I have no time for any other thing. And such a person can really help everybody. Maya kartavyamiti buddhya karomi. I do it because it is to be done by me. Why do I help? What else can I do? That's my nature. Why do you love? I am the love itself. Why are you happy? I am the happiness itself. Why the sun gives light? Why the rose is fragrant? What else the rose can give except fragrance? What else the sun can give except light? Even I am the happiness, I am the love, I am the fulfillment, I am the contentment. What else shall I do? Helplessly helping everybody. Helplessly being happy with everybody. That is the spontaneity, the naturalness of being kind, compassion. Kindness, compassion is not something practiced. If you practice something, understand friends, you shall fail often. Because you don't know. And if it's natural to you, just natural. Ahimsa. And this ahimsa, non-violence, comes in vak, kaya, karma. Vak, speech, non-violence. Never given a statement which will hurt people. Educated people do not physically hurt, but verbally violent. With the words they can lash out. They don't use the guns and revolvers, sticks and stones. With the verbal, with the words they can destroy everybody. No, your words must be kind. It will come in another 4 or 5 chapters. Afterwards it will say, very conscious speech. Mardhavam, mrudu bhavam. Soft spoken. Soft spoken means nobody can hear. Whatever language you speak doesn't hurt anybody. It can change somebody without burning him. Understand? Vaks, ahimsa. Then the physical. Vakaya, physically, never violent. Your hands are not there to slap. It's a pat. Even by chance you slap somebody, suppose you do that, maybe for his sake. But there is no punishing anybody, killing anybody. Understand? Then manas, mentally, you don't hurt anybody, hurting yourself. Physically also, you don't hurt anybody, do not hurt yourself. Physically, you don't hurt anybody, and you are not hurting yourself. It's all because you are so contented with yourself. Okay, ahimsa, having told this, then samatha. So once you are that type of attitude, this is samatha. Next one, samatha, the sameness. Again, the advice is given. Do unto yourself what you like to do unto others what you like to do unto yourself. It's a great statement. If you don't want to be hurt, don't hurt anybody. Look at yourself. You are nowhere superior, inferior, samatha, sameness. How do you see the sameness? Please see that. It's such an advice sometimes because impossible. How would you accept everybody? You know your body is, let us say, maybe old, ugly, stupid, out of shape. Another body is so shapely, so young, so beautiful. Same, I like that old one, this young one, same way. How? Somebody is all the riches in the world, somebody is total poverty in the world. Can you say same? Other one is health, other one is diseased. Can you say same? How? One who, somebody hates you, somebody adores you. Both are same. This is the type of language people use. To be, especially religious people, take this impossible idea for themselves. Somebody hurts you. Somebody loves you, somebody hates you. Can you take both as one and the same? Somebody appreciates what you talk. Level of intelligence is high. Another person doesn't appreciate anything. Can you say both are one and the same? Then where is that sameness? Please understand. Discover the sameness where the sameness prevails, and that is in absolute. In the relative world, there shall be difference, but this difference shall not matter because of the undifferentiated oneness in your being, that you are, that I am. Who you are, who I am, one and the same. What you have, what I have, different. That is what it should be. That is why diversity is embraced. Diversity is the name of the game. There are so many different flowers. Can you say rose and jasmine is same? Can you say the stink and the fragrance is same? Can you say Everest mountain and this little Arunachala is same type of hillocks, mountains? No. There shall be differences. You can say milk and water is same? No. Everything has its quality. To see things as they are. Listen carefully. Sameness means what? To see things as they are. To see things as they are. To see people as they are. The secret is to see yourself as you are. If you do not look at yourself as you are, you cannot look at your emotions, your thoughts, your senses, your body as it is. Nor can you look at the extension of yourself, the whole universe as it is. To see everything as it is, you must see yourself as you are. That is why matta eva prithagvida. Every such good, noble virtues has its source in yourself. To see the sameness, discover that reality. Who I am, who everybody is one and the same. As Bhagavan says that, aham samoham sarvabhuteshu name dvashyasti name priya. Few verses before you saw that. Samoham sarvabhuteshu. I am the same in all the beings. Samoham sarvabhuteshu. Sarvabhuteshu sama. In all the beings I am the same. All of us are sitting down here. Even the whole world, if it assembles one place, ask the question, who are you? 5 billion people simultaneously shall start with the same word, I am, yes. The universal first name. And the name is not the truth. Name is given to something. That which is given to that name, that which is given this name, I, the nameless being, yourself, one and the same all over. Characharam Jagat. Mobile, immobile, conscious, unconscious. The entire universe, the same reality. Samatvam. You see that oneness everywhere. And thereafter, you accept, okay, this is how my body, this is how the other person's body. A tiger is a tiger, monkey is a monkey, man is a man. As you saw it in 6th chapter, Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahmane Gaviyastini. Come on, help me. Suni Chaiva Sapakeja Pandita Samadarchina. Vidya Vinaya Sampanna Brahmana. Whether there's an individual, a very brilliant individual. Vidya Vinaya Sampanna. Highly learned, totally humble. A huge combination. To be highly learned and to be Vinaya Sampanna, to be absolutely humble. To be aware of the limitation, because more you come to know, more you discover how much you do not know. Naturally humility comes to you. And such a person, Brahma Janati di Brahmana, knows the truth, the reality for himself. The jewel among men. And Gavi, a cow. Hastini, elephant. Suni, dog. Sopacha, dog eater. All of them, Pandita Samadarshana, the wise one sees them as one and the same. Meaning, no difference between dog and the elephant. No difference between elephant and the dog. And the dog and such a brilliant person. No. The dog is a dog, elephant is elephant, cow is a cow, man is a man, brilliant man is a brilliant man. Each one has its own place. Don't replace one with the other. If it is same, think. If it is same, what do? But people take it literally. I'll give you one of my own personal experiences. One day there was a very spiritual group. The spiritual group is a bad word, spiritual. Spiritual, not spirit. No other group there. But then there are many spiritual groups, drunk with their own superiority, drunk with their own sense of religion and God and all that. Anyway, invited me. I agreed because I knew one gentleman there. So they told his name. He said, Swamiji, can you come? I said, I'll come. I go there. And I go there, 300, 400 people, they're all devotee type. They consider one person, their guru, as the ultimate God of the universe. There is no other God. That person, that boy is the God. That man is the God. Now what do you do? By that is their thinking, why should I worry about it? I gone there. This tragedy is, please see. If you look at this tradition, Vasishtha, Yagyavalkya, all the names will come. Great sages. Have you seen one temple for them? But in modern times, the media throws gurus like gods. And average man succumbs to that suggestion. They replaces everything. They completely replace the God. That is the trouble. Anyway, you go there, and I go there, then there are 300 people sitting down in a big hall, and this man's statue is on the dais. Shiva and Vishnu, they are in the like a Dwarapala, like in door. They are kept there. That itself, I say, whoa. When I go there, already I am there. What is this place? Anyway, it doesn't matter, having agreed. I don't want to be rude and come out. I was really smiling inside, but then what to do? I have to go there, I have to finish something, then I go there. Where do I sit down? Simple thing, sir. Where do you sit down? There's a big dais, and in the dais, that man is standing. His photo, his statue is there, and the rest 300 people are sitting down like that. Then I asked the person who had organized the program, I said, where do I sit down? Because if I go to the dais, go to the top where the statue is standing, they will shoot me. That boy is God. And we are all dogs, you see. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So how can I go there? Very difficult. Okay, then I told him, look, where do I sit down? Then you know how it is? That silly, religious, spiritual attitude people. Swamiji, in front of this, our Guru, everybody is same. I said, of course everybody is same. Did I say anybody is different? I am high, you are low, you are high, I am low? No, of course not. Look, you have asked me to talk. 300 people are sitting down. If I sit down and talk, I have to look only the munji, the first fellow's face. I am talking to 300 people. For sheer convenience, can you give something where I can sit down and talk, look at somebody? Still the person insisted, but in front of him, everybody is one and the same. I say, beautiful. His reality in front of him, everybody is same. Do one thing. I am sitting down there, ask somebody to talk. He didn't understand, because the brain is totally upstairs to late, totally empty. There is total emptiness. This is devotee mind. There is no thinking at all. Absolutely obsessed with this type of obsession. Guru, 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 God, 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 that variety. So he says, everybody is same. I say, good, everybody is same. Ask somebody to talk, I will be sitting down. I'm happy to sit down. I have got time. I'm come for that. He didn't understand. Do you know what I did? I dragged the microphone. He stood up, talked exactly 15 minutes. Supposed to talk for 45 minutes. How can I talk to this type of audience? They will never understand. If I say God, they will be thinking of this boy. They don't want to understand themselves. So what do I do? 15 minutes I talk. I say, any question, answer. Before they say, yes, thank you, bye-bye. Never again. Why? You can't talk to the people who are brainwashed. Openness is gone. Samatha, don't take it literally. Everybody is same. Everybody is same from which standpoint? Absolute standpoint same. Physical standpoint? No. A child is a child, adult is adult, young is young. Rich is rich, poor is poor. Genius is genius, dud is dud. Artist is artist, painter is painter. So love the music, love the painter, love the artist, love everything you love. Why? Everything has an important place. Like you cannot say in your body, everything is body, but everything is not same. Everything is body. Yes, from the standpoint of the body, all the organs are body. But what the eyes will do, ears cannot do. What ears can do, the tongue cannot do. What tongue can do, stomach cannot do. What stomach can do, the foot cannot do, foot can do. The toe cannot do, what toe can do, finger cannot do. But together, they shall keep the body going. This is universal orchestra, the music of the totality. Where nobody is less important or more important. Everybody is as important as the other. Each one has the function. Yet, see the truth of yourself. Samatha. Samatha does not mean tiger and me are one and the same. So when I go, I'll embrace the tiger. The tiger will make a breakfast out of you. Don't worry. The story they say that, man finished this type of class and he going down from the teacher, he learned about Advaita oneness, and the elephant is coming. And the Mahut is shouting, get out, this is a rogue one, get out of the way. But this fellow says, elephant and me, one and the same. So you walk, an elephant throws him. Lucky, throws him, doesn't crush him. He gets out of, runs to his teacher. What did you say? That this elephant and me are one and the same, and I go there, this elephant takes me and throws me. He said, was there any Mahut there? He said, yes. Did he not say anything? He said, yes, you told me. What did he say? He said, get out. He said, why didn't you listen to Mahut? He said, but you said elephant, there is God in elephant, there is God in me. He said, what about Mahut God telling you to get out? There is elephant God, the God is in elephant, God is in you. But the God is in also Mahut. As the Mahut, it tells you, get out. A story goes, one day a fellow is a very great devotee. This devotion is totally sometimes misplaced and you don't understand what it is. You become such a pervert, This fellow is very devoted. How the whole village was getting inundated with water because of the mighty flood rushing in. So this man stays in his house. Everybody goes. He says, no, God is my servant protector. God is my provider. Only God will rescue me. God, I am totally dependent on you. So the water started coming in. So everybody is going away. They're calling him, come. The fellow doesn't go. God will rescue me. The water is coming in the house. Then he got into the house, stood on the cot, then got out of the house, got into the roof, standing on the roof. And water is raging. Then it's the time one buffalo started flowing down. And almost as though deliberately, the buffalo waits at the hall, near the house, for him to jump and catch the tail and go away. He said, no, I will not hold the tail of the buffalo. God will rescue me. Then another one log of wood goes. The log of wood gets stuck on that and doesn't go. He should jump into that and go. That also didn't go. Then comes a man with a boat. And he said, come on, get into the boat. He says, nothing to do. God is my provider. Only God will rescue me. He'll also go. Then, as usual, the story is, he died. Then he goes up to the heaven and he challenges God. I am the one who believed in throughout my life, and you did not save me from drowning. He said, what can I do? I went to you as a buffalo. I went to you as a log of wood. Even I went to you as the boatman. Still you don't come. What shall I do? Are you getting that point, please? Understand. Sameness does not mean everything is one and the same. Each one has its own place, like your own physical body. Every part is different. But in the total organism, everything has its place. Which is superior, which is inferior. Same thing in the universe. Samatha, oneness, you see in yourself. Everything has its own place. Call it a mountain, a desert, a star, a planet, life and death. Everything has its own place. All because you are at rest with yourself. And such a person, tushti, a sense of contentment. Tushti means what? Santosha. Shankara, beautiful. Paryapta buddhi. Labhesu paryapta buddhi. Tushti. You are a contented person. Contented person means whatever comes on your way, you are happy with it. Work for it if you want to get more. But whatever comes on the way, you are contented with it. Karmanyava adhikara ma phaleshu kadachana. You have full freedom over the action. Result you shall never know. It is not given to the man to know the result of his action. You can only raise your foot, but you shall never know what is waiting underneath. A thorn or a gold piece, you shall not know. That is why unknown factors in life. While deciding something, you shall never know whether the decision is right or wrong. It is not given to man to know. Shall I know? How do I know? Many times people ask this question. How do I know I am taking a right decision? You shall not know. Don't worry. You shall not know. It's not given to man to know. While taking a decision, you shall never know whether it's right or wrong. Because only from the phalena parichayate, only from the consequences, you shall know whether it is good or bad. It's just like stock exchange investment. You invest 100,000. Suppose the stock market booms 100%. How do you say? Oh, smart investment. Bust, everything you lose. What do? Boom or bust is not in your hand. Investment is in your hand. Boomed, the person takes the credit. Busted, God. Right? Karma. No, you shall not know. Do your part. That is why there is full enthusiasm, absolute enthusiasm, no half-heartedness. It comes from the fulfillment in yourself. Everything you do, you complete behind that action. How many people can function like that? Most people are preoccupied. With a preoccupied mind, you shall not love anything. When you are preoccupied, you are feeling miserable, down and out, loaded, burdened. Even if there is a beautiful sunset, a lovely rainbow, you don't even look up. Why? Permanently head down. So much miserable. You don't even enjoy the smile of a child. A tender breeze, beautiful rain, nice dawn and dusk. Nothing. There is only one climate. You have got permanently, just like in a you have the TV, you paste a picture. Permanently one picture pasted. Preoccupied mind is one picture pasted. Me, miserable. Why did you tell me like that? One face is there in your head. Nothing excites you, nothing touches you. Why? Miserable. Whereas the person is thirsty, happy with himself, contented with himself. Whatever comes, happy with itself. Want to work for more? Work. Something happened? Wonderful. Did not happen? Fantastic. Move. You enjoy the whole drive, the whole living in life, continuous. Now these are the things you shall see in the New Age books or some other books. You must live life and now. How now? What is this now? Who doesn't know that? Oh, past should not interfere, future should not worry. Who doesn't know it? But you cannot get out of the load of the present. Why? Because you are not seeing yourself. How do I see myself? Okay, I'll give a simple example and move on. How do I know that I am the present? That must be discovered. When that is seen, you shall not escape. Like present. Take the word present. Please work on one word. Present. Now. Present is a peculiar word in English. Present can mean anything. Present century, 100 years, present. There is a past year, future year. There is a present year. Year is a long present, 365 days, 12 months. There is a past month, future month, present month. When it is a present month, now the present is reduced from century to year to 1 month. Past week, future week, present week. Past day, future day, present day. So day has become present. In a day, past hour, future hour. Hour is present. In an hour, past minute, future minute. In a minute, there are 60 seconds. Past second, tick, tick, tick. Future second. Now make it microsecond. 1 millionth part of a second. Divide. You shall be the presence. There is no present anymore. Yourself. Understand? To live in the present is to be the presence. Yourself awareness, timeless. Same thing here. What is here? Here means here in this world. The whole world is here. There in the sun, here in the earth. Here is the whole earth. There in the earth, here in India. Now here is India. They are in India, here in Tiruvannamalai. Here is Tiruvannamalai. They are in Tiruvannamalai, here in ashram. Our ashram here. It is here. Ashram, your place, here. Here is now reduced from the whole solar system to your place. They are the place, here the body. They are the body, here your sense organ. They are the sense organ, here the thought. They are the thought. Don't say here the consciousness. Don't say that. There is the thought. Objectify the thought. You can't say here the consciousness. You give me another thought. And objectifying the thought is not a job. Job is objectified. You don't have to bring in something to objectify the thought. It is yourself. Presence. So space-wise, time-wise, you move into a timeless, spaceless zone. Yourself. Where is that? Everywhere. In and through everything in this universe. Samata, tushti. Living in the presence, not present. Helping the person to see the reality. Then you don't have to tell him how to live. He shall live. But if you give the prescription of living without the wisdom that goes with it, it becomes a frustrating document. Always you know you should be very idealistic. I wish I can do that, but you can never do it. Rather you get more, you feel more burdened because previously you did not know anything good and bad, therefore happily doing some nonsense. Now you cannot do the nonsense and you at the same time can't do any sense either. Ubhayavrashta. Understand? Tushti is sense of satisfaction. And tasmat, once you are like that, tapas. What is tapas? Very sweet. Tapas is tapaha. Indriya sanyamanam purvakam sarira pidanam. Beautiful. Tapas. Tapas is very nice. Tapas is austerity. What is that? Indriya sanyamanam purvakam sarira pidanam. A conscious denial of things to yourself. Not an unconscious torture of the physical body, tormenting your senses. But a conscious denial of things for your body, for your senses. Conscious. Understand? Indriya sanyamana purvakam sarira tadanam tapas. Why should I do it? Listen carefully. Who does it? Only a man of understanding shall do it. Why? Because it is your experimentation with the truth. I know I am the happiness, I am the absolute. But I am also eating best food in the world. Taking best care of my body. Please see that. When I am taking best care of my body, having the best food in the world, living in best lifestyle, everything is there. What is so big deal to say, I am happy? Like asking a man, have you ever committed a theft? Never. Why? Never got a chance. Is it a greatness? The greatness is, did you commit a theft? Never. Why? I don't want. Think. Are you a happy man? Yes. Why? Enough food, enough everything, love is there plenty, affection is there, good family, good house, good food, good job, good money, everything good. So, I'm a happy man. The child is like a childish thing. The child is happy with his balloon, the toys and everything. Take the balloon, then we will know child's happiness. When you take the toy of the baby, then you will know how the world will collapse around him. Like that, this grown-up baby with so many toys feels, oh, wonderful. Very, very happy. When one toy is gone, that is why when your love collapses, another toy, living toy, a man, a woman, your living toy. Now she refuses to be your toy. He refuses to be your toy. Your whole world collapses. Think of it. Anyway, suppose everything is nice, and therefore you say, I am very happy. Now, when you understand yourself, hey, my happiness is not dependent on these things. I am happy because I am the happiness itself. Oh, that's right. Now begins your experimentation with the truth. Consciously, now you deny. Previously, unconsciously, you are indulging in everything. Now you are consciously deny yourself everything. Okay, no good bed, no sweet, not eating too much, nothing even. When the body is going through pain, can I say I am the happiness? That is where comes your tapas. Chinta sunyamadainam vaikshamasanam panam saridvarisu swatantrena nirankusha sthitirami nidrasmasane vane vastrakshalna shoshanadirahitam digvastu sayyamahi sanchara nigamanta vithishu vidam krida pare brahmani. That is the verse. Deliberately you do that. Digvastu sayyamahi. For you decide. Where is your bed? Saya mahi. Earth is my bed. Not even use your pillow, your mattress, your bed. Lie down. Where? Anywhere. Just a piece of cloth to cover. Even allowing yourself to be bitten by mosquitoes. But don't get too much enthusiastic about it. Get malaria and die. Experimenting on mortality. That is why you have to be sensible. Don't go so much far ahead that you kill yourself. Like many people in the name of tapas go insane and they destroy themselves. Tapas is an experimentation after truth. If before the understanding yourself you try that nonsense, there is a possibility of you going to extremities and kill yourself. That is why many people die away in the path of religion and so-called austerity. They don't know where to stop. For them that becomes so important. You tell everybody, I am going for fasting for 20 days and you cannot stop it. You don't know what to do. You can't eat. If you eat, people will laugh. You can't take it. At the same time, you cannot do that fasting. Sometimes you die. It is not to prove a point to somebody. It's a point to prove to yourself. That is why first understand. Remember that story I was telling you about the young man who came to Tiruvannamalai. Too enthusiastic. I want to go to cave for doing that. You remember I told you that about the engineer boy. And he came, he met me. That time I was in that small house there. I said, have you studied anything? Do you have anything to think over? He said, no, I am come here for tapas. I said, for God's sake, you are an engineer, educated person. Without giving some thoughts to think over, don't sit down alone, you will go nuts. Of course, he is not going to listen to me. He went, after 10 days they discovered his dead body in that pond which is near Ganpati temple on this road. Yes, people go to the extremities. Your real tapas begins, you are consciously denying. Okay, I know I am the happiness, I am convinced. I am the truth, I am the happiness. All right, if it is so, let the body suffer. You consciously deny yourself food. And then see the monkey mind now, how it jumps. Suppose he is not very convinced of yourself. Oh, why am I denying myself? I should not be doing it. You know, all this resistance will come up. Resistance by whom? If you are the happiness, then who resists? Habitual mind. That is where you laugh at yourself. Tapas is when deliberately quoting inconvenience, yet smiling all the time. Titiksha, sahanam sarvadukhanam apratikara purvakam. Without taking any recourse to remedies, you suffer every inconvenience. You choose to suffer inconvenience. That is why in that time, if somebody causes inconvenience to you, you adore that person. He is your guru because he is testing you out. Understand? Tapas. It gains such beauty when you are aware of yourself. Matta eva pruthak vidha, when you are with yourself. So conscious denial becomes such a lovely indulgence. Why? You are getting more and more power. Are you getting that point? By denying, you are not losing power, you are gaining power. When you cross a big mountain, what is the confidence you get? Whew. Small a jump, just jump a small roadblock. Huh? Do you feel powerful? Oh, I could climb the steps in the classroom. Oh, I must give a Nobel Olympic Prize, right? Cross the mountains? Ah, fantastic. How do you feel that? You deny everything, yet your happiness is untouched. Enthusiasm, untouched. Fulfillment, tushti, satisfaction, contentment, untouched. You are a different person. Tapas, dhanam, charity, giving. Giving becomes a natural thing, a wise man, because nothing is mine. This is one thing that happens to the person. When you are happy with yourself, contented with yourself, whatever anybody wants, take it. They can take it. Why? I am not a contender anymore. If you want it, you take it. There is nothing called your possessive. There is no such thing which you cannot give up. Why? Because your happiness doesn't depend upon anything. Listen carefully. If your happiness depends upon something, you shall be intolerant in parting with it. If your security depends on something, you shall be threatened, being forced to part with it. Therefore, it does not mean to prove your wisdom. Suppose somebody takes your passport, somebody takes your money, your traveler's checks, your land, forfeit, everything. I am a very happy man. No, you don't have to prove that nonsense to somebody, to a thief. I am not talking about that idealistic extensions. You are a very practical man of the world, pragmatic, absolutely pragmatic. You have everything at your disposal. If you feel like that somebody has to give and somebody deserves it, easily given. But you are not allowing yourself to be manipulated. And sometimes, if you think by being manipulated, some fellow will feel comfortable, you allow yourself to be manipulated also. There is no written document. Infinite possibilities. How many possibilities you can write down? Be wise and see whether you need a written document. Every behavior is unique. Every situation is unique. You shall know exactly how to behave when you are aware of yourself. But one thing is certain, you are no more a contender, you are no more in the game, you are in the competition. Happy with yourself. Therefore, dhanam. There is no such thing. If the other person needs more than me, take it. It doesn't make any difference. Please take it. Giving is just like that, not grabbing. Only empty person grab. Understand? You're happy with yourself. Nothing is yours. What is the question of your giving? Are you getting that point, please? What is the question? My giving. To give, it must be mine. Think. What is that is mine? What is that is mine in this creation? Ma Gurudha Kasya Siddhanam. In Ishvara, when it comes to God, never covet anybody's. Why? Whose it is? It was here, it shall be here. In between, using for some time. Okay, there is a functional ownership for some time, own it, then it goes. Even your own body you don't own. What? Somebody. Sharing becomes so easy. See that later on it comes. Yasho, yasaha, yasha, glory. Your being with yourself is the most glorious thing. Your sense of importance comes from your being who you are, not from what you have. If you are a very important person because of your job, the day you retire, you are useless. If you are important because of your wealth goes, you are useless. Position goes, you are useless. You are a very important person because the importance itself about who you are. Your glory depends on your being who you are and not with what you have. People feel important in life. Why? Having the best brand car, best brand house, best brand neighborhood, best brand dress, branded clothes. Very, very important person. Another person, nothing. There is nothing to own. Happy with himself. No branded thing is needed. Nothing is needed. Contented with himself. Therefore, don't say a person who has a branded thing is useless. How do you know the person is depending or getting it because of his fulfillment? How do you know? That is why don't pass judgment on others. You see for yourself. I'm happy. Am I happy to get a thing, or by getting a thing I'm happy? By getting the thing you are happy, watch out. You shall soon be miserable when the thing is gone. I'm happy, therefore getting things. Do I have a sense of importance because of my achievement? If you say yes, just wait on time before that achievement is eclipsed by a greater achievement of somebody. But are you feeling important because of yourself? Yes, don't worry. Eternally glorious. Happy with yourself. Not dependent on a God or a this or that. You don't depend on anything. Being with yourself. And same thing, if you do not do that, if you lose sight of yourself, ayasa, ingloriousness, meaning insecurity, you cannot escape. From you comes the sense of security. From you comes your sense of insecurity. Listen carefully. If money is your security, money is your insecurity. If a girl, a boy is insecurity, that man or woman is your insecurity. If wealth is your security, wealth is your insecurity. If job is your security, job is your insecurity. Whatever is your security, that shall be your insecurity. If you find security in your God, that God shall be your insecurity. If you find your security in an experience, that experience shall be your insecurity. If you find your security in a person, that person shall be insecurity. Are you secured? Yes. For what? With myself. Your being with yourself is not a dependence. There is a huge difference between depending on something, depending on yourself. When you say self, it is not the body, the mind, the thought, but yourself, the awareness. Call it Ishvara in you. Aham sarvabhuteshu samam. That is something, becomes your great, that is your sense of fulfillment, security, comes from within you. And therefore, happy with yourself. Any time if you feel insecure, understand. Not that world has caused insecurity. You have lost sight of yourself. When you are happy with yourself. You are unhappy, don't say, she caused my unhappiness, he caused my unhappiness. No. You have lost sight of yourself. One who sees this, here Arjuna, bhavanti bhava bhutanam mattaiva pruthakvida. Like this, all your emotions have their source in you. Therefore, be yourself, and thereby you want to be kind, compassionate, forgiving, strong, loving, anything naturally comes to you. You become, it's like a top-class actor picking up a role as the situation demands. You are yourself and picking up a role as the situation demands. But at no time you lose sight of yourself. That is the truth. Having told this, he says, just read it, we shall see tomorrow morning. Maharshaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastatha madhvava manasa jata yesham loka ima prajaha yetam vibhuti yogam cha mama yo veti tattvataha sovikambena yogena yujyate natra samsayah. Shall see more of it tomorrow morning. Close your eyes.